Welcome to another episode of Believe in Falcons. As always, I'm your host, Ovie Mughelli. We got Michael the Burner Turner, and we got our first coach of the season, special teams coach Marquice Williams. I got that right because I know there's Queeses and Keeses, and I don't want to mess it up. But the Falcons special teams coach and somebody who, Mike, I don't know how much you played special teams in your career, but I was a special teams. I had to be a guru. I was an all-pro backup one year for special teams because that was my only way to stay on the team. But Coach, thanks for coming on. Thanks for taking some time. I know you guys got some great draft picks. You got some rookies, and rookies got to do one thing. If they don't do, anything else, they got to play special teams. How have the rookies been coming in, and how's it been trying to get these guys ready to contribute on that side of the ball?
Well, Ovie and Mike, I want to say thank you for having me on. I've always admired you guys playing the game at such a high level. And I do appreciate you being a second team, backup, special teams, all-pro player.
Thank you. It's unofficial. I was right there. I was called up, but
hey, you would have been starting for us, man, if you were playing for the Falcons now, man. But it's exciting times. Drafting the players that we got, acquired the players. It was cool just being in the draft room and seeing that process and having the collaboration with Raheem and Terry and all those guys. And then to see the guys now in the building, and then those guys are fired up. I feel like those guys are the ultimate teammates. They're willing to do whatever it takes to help this organization win. And we just got great character men in the locker room to add on with the guys, the veterans that we already have in the locker room right now. So it's exciting times, and I'm excited for those guys to be able to contribute on special teams. And I know from the top to the bottom, we talk about that draft class, all those guys are going to have some type of impact on special teams, whether it's directly or indirectly. And they know it, and they've been a part of rookie special teams meetings. Guys are fired up and ready to be on teams.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. Like, how you get guys, keep them engaged. So like some of these guys expect to be starters right away, expect to be on that field. They was the big dogs coming out of college. Now they've got to start all over again. And start from the bottom and climb up to the top. So how you keep those guys engaged and motivated to be a part of the team and organization?
Well, I always tell them I know what their ultimate goal is. Like, Michael, if you were coming in as a rookie, I know your ultimate goal is to be the starting running back for our team. But I know there's steps to get there, and I'm willing to. I told those guys I'm going to help whatever I can do to help. There's 48 guys that dress on game day. So how are you going to be a part of that 48? Obviously, your goal is to be the starter on offense or defense. But until then, what are you going to do to maximize and help our offense and defense when it comes to field position, whether it comes to the return game, coverage game? And I look at it for our players, whether it's a fullback, Ovie, or a running back, Mike, like, you're a football player, and you're in a position to help our team, whether it's in the coverage game as a coverage player or in the return game as a blocker or returner. And whatever you can do to help us, that's going to be great. I have a great example, Austin Ekeler. I was with Austin Ekeler with the Chargers. He's a rookie in 2017, and he made the team because of special teams. You fast forward to week 3 or week 4 in the season playing Philly, Melvin Gordon goes down. All right. Andre Williams goes down. Then Austin Ekeler gets his first NFL carry, 35-yard touchdown versus the Eagles. So he's been proof. In that same year, he had 17 tackles on special teams, total tackles. So he's a living proof, like seeing that come to fruition and seeing guys like work their way up to what they're doing now. And then I showed the rookies last week, Cordell Hodge, who came into the NFL. He didn't team until training camp. He didn't even make it to training camp or even OTAs. He joined the team. The Rams were in training camp, made his way up, kept working, signed a bunch of one-year deals, signed his first multi-year deal. But he's another guy. Hey, Drake London gets the wind knocked out of him a little bit in overtime versus Tampa. Next play, touchdown, walk-off touchdown.
It's huge.
And blocked 2 kicks for us this year, stopped the fake punt, scored a touchdown on punt, only one this year in the NFL, and he was a Pro Bowler. So we call him Pro Bowl Red.
I love it. Coming from fellow Pro Bowlers, me and Mike, it's hard to get there because, Coach Williams, when you block for the great Michael Turner, everyone's so focused on Mike's greatness, they forgot to see the guy who got him there. So Mike went to Pro Bowl, I think, 2 years. While I'm sitting here like, have fun, Mike. Enjoy yourself. Bring me back something. It brought me. So I got 1 Pro Bowl, 2 All-Pros, but now I can also be, when I walk into a room, it's Pro Bowl fullback Ovie Mughelli, Pro Bowl tailback Michael Turner, and now Pro Bowl receiver, special teamer Cordell Hodge. I love what he did, man. Just all of the hard work, and I'm, Mike a little bit too, but I love the underdogs because the fullback is way down there as a position. We don't get much love. We don't get much fanfare, celebrity. I go to fans. Oh, I'm a biggest fan. I said, name me 3 fullbacks. Name me 3. I literally, I'll go to. I got $100. Somebody could name me 3 current fullbacks. They can't do it. And half the teams don't have fullbacks, so it's getting harder and harder and harder. So if you're going to be a fullback, you got to be a special teams guy. How is special teams going to help us win this season? Because we're trying to win and we're trying to find every single way to give us that edge. Like, what are you doing to try to help the Falcons make special teams a priority so that we're getting that little bit of extra something to win these games?
Yeah, well, Ovie, it starts with reestablishing the culture. Every year it's a new cultures, and the room is always different. So reestablishing that culture. And in our room, there's things that we talk about. You know, playing the game mean but clean. We're going to play fast, physical, but within the rules of the game. When we cross that white line, their coaches on the other team can't help them. You know,
Love it.
Either competing, or you're either embarrassing somebody or you're allowing somebody to embarrass you. There's no in between. If that guy gets a plus on the play, that doesn't mean you're getting a plus on the play. So doing those little things, those little details that add the big results. But the thing we have hang our hat on is effort. You know, great effort. Our attitude that determines our direction and our technique. Our technique's gonna be our edge. And when it comes to special teams, we're guaranteed 1 play. Or 2 plays, a kickoff and a kickoff return each and every game. So we don't know how many things we're going to get. So if we have a small menu and a big understanding conceptually of what we're doing on special teams, we could put Ovie, a guy like yourself, you could play the kick side 1, the backside 2, the kick side 3, the backside 4. We could put you in different positions to make you positionless and allow you to go do your God-given abilities to the highest level to help our team win. So control and field position and the coverage units. This year, the new kickoff rule, touchbacks at 35. So we're covering kicks this year. It's the first down on defense, or it's the first down on offense in the return game. And get a guy like Jamal Agnew in the building, who's been an all-pro Pro Bowl returner. I've had the privilege to work with him for 2 years in Detroit. Our goal is to put people in positions to where they have to hit touchbacks. They rather kick the ball in the back of the end zone than kick it to Agnew or kick it to Red Cloud back there. So we have opportunities to go out there and make big time plays on special teams, whether it's in the kicking game, what we talk about, who's now healthy, Bradley, who helped us versus the Raiders that pinned them deep. 2 plays later, Zach Harrison got a safety, and our snapper being able to be efficient. Obviously, if you don't hear about the snapper, that means he's doing a really good job. So all those little things, all the core role players that we have on special teams are going to help us win this year. And it's about taking care of the little things. And I know if we do that and we stay process driven, the big results will happen.
Absolutely.
That's good, Coach. Oh, so me and Ovie was talking like, how do you talk a physical game within the special teams, right? But we talk about how lax the practices are now. And I can only imagine how lax special teams practices are compared to when we played back, we over 10 years ago, you know what I'm saying? So
we old, man. Got this gray. We old, Mike. I don't know what happened. I could have sworn I was young.
Transfer that over.
Experience.
Yeah.
But to answer that question, like, you can come to one of our practices on special teams. It is not lax.
Okay. All right.
No, we getting it in. Like, our guys are excited. It's all about, we challenge our guys to be in the present. There's 3 phases in football: offense, defense, special teams. But when we talk about it in our room, the most important phase is whatever down is up at that time. So during offense and defense, I'm not messing with those players. I'm not messing with those coaches because that's their time. But as soon as we transition to special teams, we're locked and loaded and we're ready to go. So great job. The more organized I am as a coach, the better I could coach the game and get guys in positions. But we're practicing fast, we're practicing safe, and we're being efficient. And we're working techniques. Like this week, guys were hitting PRs in their speeds on the field during the special teams period.
Wow.
And you got guys like, we're doing a kickoff cover drill today. AJ Terrell's doing a kickoff cover drill. He's working on picking double teams and working downfield and sprinting 40 yards to tag off on the back. Jesse Bates doing the same thing, hitting their max speed. So it's cool to see that because I don't have to sell special teams to these guys. They be a part of special teams. Will AJ Terrell ever be a gunner on special teams? No. But he'll go out there and probably take one of the reps to show the youngest how I still got it. I did it at Clip. I do it. Jesse, same thing. So all those guys, it's fun to be a part of it. And it's my job to be demanding. but I'm not. I hold them to the utmost respect, and they understand how critical their roles are. Whether they start, whether they're a backup, whether they're a one-face player, they all understand how important it is for us to be successful on special teams. So I don't have to sell it. It's not about, hey, I have to play on special teams. It's I get to play on special teams.
Right.
That part, that part, you ain't got to play, you get to play. So when me and Mike were in with the Falcons, we had a special teams coach that was an all-time media darling. And Keith was something else. I mean, the whole world got to see Keith on Hard Knocks, and I was just so happy they got to a small taste, the tip of the iceberg of what we dealt with. Because man, and I don't recommend that type of coaching for everybody, because Keith some fights. There were some ignorant people that were about to raise up. The way that he undressed them, and some of them deserved it because they were loafing, they were letting people down, they were jogging and getting the returner killed. And the way Keith talked about they mama, they grandmama, their history, and just like they lack respect for the whole game. I mean, he would pull out people's freaking salaries and said, "Oh, you got cut from here, and you got cut from here. Oh, guess what? You're about to be cut from here because you think it's oh my gosh!" So I want to know your style, and obviously not everybody can be Keith, and it was a special thing that he was able to do. But what I did appreciate from him is the accountability, because there were a lot of coaches that were afraid to hold players accountable. And as a veteran, and I was a veteran, but I was my second year of the Falcons, and there were older guys there. The Warwick Dunn was there, and Algie Crumple there, older guys. I didn't feel like it was my place to tell a vet, "Hey, man, if you play special teams, you got to block. Like, you out here jogging or going like 3 quarters when we supposed to be going all out to win these games." And so Keith didn't care who you were. Roddy White talked to him, Julio Jones. My first year, I had a big head because I got the big deal. He talked to me. I was like, "Oh, no, I played special teams in Baltimore. I'm not playing in Atlanta. I'm the highest paid fullback in the NFL. I'm not playing." And Keith, it took one time for him to talk to me right here, to where I was like, "You know what? You're right, Keith. I do love special teams. I think this is the best part of football." But how are you dealing with some of these kids that ain't understanding how special teams works, and how are you trying to make sure they understand the accountability and the importance of this role?
Well, one thing I do is I meet those guys individually, one-on-one, just to see how they learn and what's important to them and what's their why. Why do you play the game? Why did you get into it? Is it fun? Is it because like you grew up watching your parent, like your dad playing it? You had siblings that played it, like whatever the case may be. I try to understand their why. And then from there, I start to dig deep to like, okay, why, like, how can we make this important to you? Your skill sets that you have, whether you're a pass rusher, hey, we're gonna get you blocking punts and blocking field goals. Whether you have return ability, whether like you just love to compete and put those things on you. But we have fun. Our room, when you come, you guys are always more than welcome to come up to Flyer.
Yeah, hey, watch out! You don't have us there tomorrow. Out there watching.
Yeah,
put my helmet on. I'm gonna sneak in there.
Hey,
don't test me.
Hey, but it's awesome because like we have fun in our room. Like I'll tell jokes, I talk mess with the players, but I expect them to give it right back to me. So it's like how I am, and it's cool because I look at it like I'm hardworking. Yes, okay, I'm reliable. I'm respectful. I care about the players. I wouldn't be in this position if it wasn't for the players that I coach. I don't want to be known as like, oh, I know I'm great at X's and O's. It's not about that. It's being authentic, being real, holding the guys accountable, being demanding without being demeaning. But we're going to have fun. We're going to talk mess on the field. We're going to talk mess at practice. If I say something, I want you to come back at me. Just because I'm a coach or a player doesn't make me better than you or you better than me. So we're in this together, and it's truly collaborative. Like I want guys coming up to me, asking me questions. Like, hey, coach, I saw this on film. I was thinking we should run this. And I'm all for real. Then I show them what we're running for the game, and we're on the same page. So teaching those guys how to watch film, all those different things. And I care about them as men. Like we celebrate things like the first day during phase 1. I just had people at the end of my meeting. I'm like, hey, announcements, any announcements? Guys were talking about how they got engaged. This person, they're pregnant. Hey, they're getting married on this date. So like everybody being able to share with one another, because I put a picture of all the guys in the room. Like we need everybody to get this done on special teams. So I'm outgoing. I love having fun with the guys. I'm going to talk mess on the field, but we're going to have fun while doing it. We're going to put the work in. And I take care of the players. It's quality reps over quantity reps. So if we're done and the period's 2 minutes early, blow the whistle. We on to the next. You know what I mean? Still the guy. Like, it's not about. So we get the stuff in, we transition to the next period, and we go to offense or defense, whatever the case may be. And I pick and choose my battles. OTAs is optional. So if a guy meeting, I'm not going to go storming down the hall looking for him. I'm not going to be in the locker room talking about, hey, Mike, man, we need you for hands team. Like,
yeah.
Like, you get to be in the room. If you missed out. That's on you. Like, bro. But guys want to be in our room. I remember I have a story, Grady Jarrett in 22. We blocked a couple of punts that year. And then during that season, we're playing the Steelers. And I walk into a punt return meeting, and Grady's in there. I'm like, what's up, Grady? He's like, man, where am I on punt return? I did not have him on punt return at the time. Hey, you right here. You're going to be rushing this A-gap.
Yeah. That's crazy that he asked to be on punt return. Yeah. That's so Grady, man.
But it's cool. And then, I got to keep Armstrong story. Russell Gage, when he was here, I coached him at 21. He's like, Marquice, man. He's like, when I first met Keith Armstrong, I was in the stretch line getting stretched, and Keith Armstrong walked up to me. And he's like, man, what position you play? And right when I was about to say receiver, he's like, you a gunner on punt. Pick off.
Right. Right. Exactly.
Over there, number 11, he a receiver.
That's funny. That's Keith. All the time.
That's all fact.
The third string running back. Hey, what position? You know what position they play? What position you play? Coach, I'm a runner. No, you ain't. You gonna be R3. You gonna be kickoff return. You gonna be. I was like, oh wow, okay.
You'll be on the wing. You'll be wing on
punt. I told the guys like, hey, if you're on the depth chart, you go into every special teams drill, special teams meeting. The only way you get out of it is from the head coach, the GM, or Mr. Blank. That's the only way on special teams. If you talking with it, you good. But until then, you're going to be involved. So the guys love it. They love being a part of it. And I think it's just my job to help build leaders. And I believe leaders build leaders. So there's situations that happen. The players handle it before I even handle it. And I love our room too, because like Ovie, let's say you're in our room and you're a fullback going into your 6th season in NFL. All right, sometimes you may want to step up and say something. It may be, I may have to put in an install for like a scheme or something. But what you about to step up and say in front of the team is more important than the scheme when it comes to just that peer-to-peer accountability and watching our guys grow and being able to be comfortable with being uncomfortable and speaking in front of the room and growing as men and holding each other accountable. Because you think about the best games that you guys played in, how much fun did you have with your teammates? You know what I mean? And I wanted to get it to our special teams, which we're getting it there where, hey, let's say offense is up, instead of just being down there waiting for the ball to be kicked or punted, you're watching one of your teammates get active on that play. And that's what it's about. And I want our defense, we get a stop on defense. They're not going to the bench. They got to watch punt return because we might block this punt. Might run something back to residents. So little things like that. And it's cool because it starts with the head coach. He loves our culture. He's in our special teams meetings. He's in there talking mess. Today he was in there talking about top speeds and who's the fastest on the team and stuff. And then guys got on the field, and I got a text from a guy like, "Hey, I was top speed today at practice."
Man, they had that back when we was there. So the guy wear the vest, or is it in the pads, the top speed stuff?
In the jerseys now.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, because like if they would have had that, Mike the Burner Turner would have been Ovie the Burner Mughelli, because I was in my head. I feel like I was right there, neck and neck.
They would have. Hey, Mike would have been blocking for you.
Yeah, that's what I said. We should have switched it out. We should have had a package, man.
Here we go. I would love to see Ovie speed in practice. Yeah.
I remember me having like 4 or 5 speed.
Ovie used to be a runner. I'll give him that. We played against each other in college, and Ovie ran the football well against us. I give him that.
It's all about the play.
I don't know about speed, but he ran the ball well.
You can't have everything. So I was good at some things, not so good at things. It's all good. Mike, you got a last question for Coach?
The schedule came out last night. No, so is this one of those things that coaches looking forward to the release? I don't know when y'all get the actual dates and everything, but is it something y'all look forward to? Is this something that the first thing y'all check as players? I know the first thing I check is potential cold games.
Yes.
I'm thinking late in the year. Where we at late in the year? You know what I'm saying? Just to just let your mind like,
Chicago. No.
No,
Green Bay, why?
Right.
December.
Yeah. But I guess
we're always excited.
I gotta wear the Jetsons.
Yeah, we know who the teams are, and we're already breaking down and looking at who's the coordinator there, the players they acquired. But it's always interesting to see how those games are going to land, when the division is going to land. Hey, when are we playing on the East Coast? Hey, when are we playing on the West Coast? When is going to be primetime games? Because something that, like, you guys know, Thursday night games are not easy to prepare for. The smaller game plan, but like on the body, for you guys as players, it's hard. And then mentally for us, we got to cram everything in like 2 days, and for a practice or walkthrough. And then like I look at little things. Okay, we got a Monday night game versus this team. Who are we playing that next Sunday? Because we get one less day to prepare for that game. Or we're going from a Sunday to a Monday, and it's a Sunday night to a Monday night, which I believe we have one of those this year, or Monday to a Sunday. When obviously the bye week, when do we get a chance to reset with the players and coaches, and how we get to work on basic fundamentals that week? When is the mini bye, which is a Thursday night game? And then you always look at how we're going to finish the season. What's that fourth quarter of the season? What's that going to look like? Today is one game at a time, 1 week at a time. And the most important thing for us right now is just like we have opportunity, no matter how that schedule looks, we have the opportunity this week and today to get better. How the mindset is, and our guys are excited. We're excited for the season, but we know we have a lot of work ahead of us to get ourselves ready for training camp and build that foundation that we want on all 3 phases to move forward to whether we have a joint practice versus Tennessee or that third preseason game. You know, the starters are not playing. We're watching the back half of the roster, seeing guys trying to make the team, and always being like excited about who's going to be that back half of the roster, who's going to be those core guys, that building blocks for our program that help us go, for as far as we can this next season going in 2025.
That's great stuff, Coach. And last question for me before we get you out of here. I heard somewhere that you didn't even want to be a coach when you first started this process, and now you're the head coach at the highest level of football for, I'm a little biased, one of the greatest teams in football. And not only that, you were so good that when Raheem came and he let some coaches go, he decided to keep you. So how did you go from being a very well-respected coach and good at your job to you didn't even want to do this job? You didn't even want to coach. Tell me that story.
Yeah, it's crazy because I played ball at University of Mary, Division II in North Dakota, and my college coach wanted me to get into coaching. And I was like, no, I'm going to go to PT school. I wanted to be a physical therapist. So I did that for a little bit. I was in grad school with my fiance at the time. And I got a call 2 years later out of nowhere. He called me like, hey, I want you to get into coaching. And then my fiance got off the phone. She's like, no, we're doing it. And then a month later, Minnesota. And I was coaching. I played safety, started coaching linebackers, became a D-line coach, did the Bill Walsh minority internship. And when I started doing that, I got a chance to work with Julius Peppers and Devin Hester and seeing how the NFL organizations operate and seeing that it's just all ball. And I was like, I know I could coach at this level. So I never got a chance to coach at a big time school. Shoot, I didn't even get a chance to coach at NIU. I was trying to So it just worked out to where guys like Joe D. Camillus gave me an opportunity to intern with them. I learned from guys like Jim Caldwell, which was awesome. And
that was my Wake Forest coach, by the way.
Yeah. That's guys, that's one of my mentors. So get opportunity. But and my first opportunity was to coach special teams in the NFL. And I was a defense. So I did that and coached defense for the Chargers for 2 years, coached special teams for Chargers for 2 years, moved to defense my last year there, went to the Lions for 2 years, did special teams. And then I finished the 2020 season, COVID season, as a coordinator. And then I got the opportunity to interview Arthur Smith. And that was my first time I ever interviewed for a coordinating job. And
wow. And you got it.
Yeah. Got the job here. And it was a crazy situation during that time. Got the job here. And now I'm going into year 5. But I wouldn't be in a position, Ovie, if it wasn't for players like yourself, like Mike Turner, the guys that, I'm pushing them to be successful. But at the same time, I want them to push me and hold me accountable. So every in the building, I got to work with smart, intelligent, loving, athletic, relentless players. So So that helped me be the best version of myself. In order for me to, walk the walk and talk the talk, or talk the talk, I got to walk the walks. So each and every day, if I'm telling our guys to be in the present, I got to be in the present. I can't live on a past play. We got to move on to the next. See, broke the NFL record for the longest kickoff return for a touchdown in 20, or not the longest, for the most kickoff returns for touchdowns. Well, that play, he fumbled a couple plays prior, and we had a couple of bad special teams plays in that first quarter. I could have been failing on that, but I was in the present. I helped CP be in the present, and we put a play together that wasn't in the game plan that game. 103 touchdown.
Nice. Wow.
Help us win the game.
Right.
So, like, that's like a testament to like just being in the present and sticking to, because you know how games go. There's valleys, ups and downs, and being able to help our players be in the present, I have to be in the present. So that's kind of like, it's made me a better person just being a part of this coaching journey.
That's awesome, man. Good stuff, Coach. The Falcons are lucky to have you. Me and Michael lucky to have you on Believe in Falcons. And I think the fans, they learned a little bit about Coach Williams this show. And we're going to take you up. Me and Michael are going to take you up on that invitation to come out there. We may or may not jump into a drill, but we're going to come out there, check y'all out. Let the young guys know, that, hey, this guy knows what he's talking about. Listen to Coach.
Right. I have to let you know, we might have you sign a waiver before you hit the field, but
I'm 45 next month, so I'll have to sign a couple waivers.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks for being here, Coach.
Hey,
absolutely. Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate you guys, Mike and Ovie. Appreciate you guys. You guys have a great day.
All right.
You too.